Hi, I'm Matt Provenzano, additional editor of Terrifier 3, and today we're going to look at some of the scenes that I edited. The producers of the Terrifier series and a lot of the people who made those movies are very good friends of mine. So when it came time for Terrifier 3, which was bigger and louder and grander and had a bigger budget, I was asked to step in and help with the editing. Initially, while they were filming, I was just asked to edit dailies, like sync sound and video and things like that, and then ultimately delivered that to Damien Leone, who is the actual editor of Terrifier 3. And then when filming wrapped, they asked me to edit actual scenes of the movie, and I was like, yeah, no, absolutely, it sounds great. So the way it worked is that they would give me a scene to edit, I would then edit it, and then I would deliver that to Damien Leone and company, and then he would take that and kind of trim the fat and do whatever he wanted with it, and then that's the version that ultimately ended up in the film. So I edited about 35 to 40% of the film. I think that's fair. So let's watch some of the scenes that I edited.
Oh my god.
I'd fuck you.
No, Mrs. Claus would shank me in my sleep.
My wife's dead.
First of all, I love these three so much. They have great chemistry and they're really funny together. This is Clint Howard. He plays Smokey. And for this shot, they just let it roll on him without anybody else talking for like 3 minutes and just kind of let him riff. So all of him saying like, my wife's dead and I'd fuck you, like that's just kind of him improving.
Oh, shit.
Damn, I think I know what I want for Christmas.
This is Bradley Stryker, who played the bartender. I met him at the premiere, and it was like he was trying to win a competition for nicest person I ever met.
That Santa outfit comes with some perks, dude.
This was just on a set. This wasn't part of the actual building that they were in. So there was a lot of banter that was written and performed by the three of them, talking about Elvis Presley and all of these things. It wasn't cut, but it was added to the background of that last shot with the Art the Clown looking in the window, just to save for time and also, honor their performances.
The Laughlin.
It's a Laughlin? I'm good.
Initially, the cheers went on further, because I think Smokey raised his beer bottle and he was like, "To the king!" And then they all cheers to Elvis.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah, come on over, it's fine.
Daniel Roebuck plays such a good Santa Claus, because he's like, in equal parts, like, what the fuck is happening in this situation, but also, like, incredibly endearing.
Hi, yes, that's me, guilty as charged.
There was a line that was cut where he goes, "Yeah, that's me," and then it cuts back to him and he goes, "The man, the myth, the legend."
What's in the bag?
Oh, he's gonna show us, hey. What do you get? This is not, usually I'm the one who's bringing the magical sack of toys.
That's one of my favorite lines in the film. "Usually I'm the one bringing the magical sack of toys." I love how it sounds like he's getting out of breath as he finishes his sentence. I'm also very glad that they kept that in, because initially I just left it holding on Daniel Roebuck. Smartly, they took it and added it to the background while Art the Clown's kind of preparing his bag. Initially, I just edited this to be one big flowing scene, and then, they cut in between it to have more scenes playing, like meanwhile back at the ranch kind of thing. And it works. I mean, it's great. It just shows the passage of time. Like, you don't know how long this fucking clown has been in this bar.
Come on, let's have a drink for everybody, okay? Come on.
You got ID?
Come on, he's obviously old enough. All right.
You think I'm gonna lose my license for this guy?
Don't bust the clown's balls.
This is normal to you?
Most of these lines were improv, just because the three of them are just so naturally funny, and everything they were saying was great. Like, if I can keep in all of the best moments, it would be the length of this whole film.
Maurice Jackson?
Eddie, you're killing me. Can we just celebrate?
That edit used to be so much quicker, but I understand why it was changed. It was like he sees the ID, he goes, "Maurice Jackson," and then Daniel Roebuck almost cuts him off. "Maurice Jackson, Eddie, you're killing me. Can we just..." And it was elongated to show his reaction, like when he looks back at Santa Claus. So it makes sense.
Fucking thing out of here. Get that the fuck out of here. What? Hey.
They did a few takes with the heaviness of the bag. So initially they would just take it and kind of lift it above their head and just yeet it right to the clown. But then I guess they kind of, while they were on set, they figured there's stuff in this bag. It'd probably be heavy. So they did one where they were kind of like pretending it was really heavy and then throwing it back to the clown. I think I remember he even said a line like, "What the fuck is in this bag?" And then they threw it.
You want me to call the cops?
I don't want you to call the cops. I want you to call a fucking dry cleaner.
Right, Smokey, get a fucking
I
mop.
told you, don't let him know.
You fucking
in here.
I love editing lines overlapping each other in an argument, especially one as absurd as this. I want to give the audience's brain like a split second to register what exactly they're saying. So almost like they don't even have time to laugh like a sitcom when they have to hold for laughter. Can we go back? I love this line so much.
You said it's fucking normal. Sit down. Sit down. Fucking you told me.
Fucking you told me. I always look for little lines like that kind of show the humanity, that you can tell weren't scripted. They were just the actors playing off of each other. Like, how would you react if this actually happened? So they were like playing off of what they filmed already. So it was like, you said he's fucking normal.
I'm not gonna tell you again.
That line was added later. I'm not gonna tell you again. Initially, he's just walking up to him and he's not saying anything.
Here, take it. Take it. It's yours. You look really good at it. Here, take it all. You'll be Santa.
Yeah, like I said before, Daniel Roebuck as Santa is just so good. And I love him like hastily taking off his costume, like, no, you be Santa! As if like that's gonna calm him down and put the gun down. It balances the line between being terrifying but also really, really funny at the same time, which I think these movies are kind of supposed to be.
Honey, look at me. Honey, I'm not really Santa Claus.
No, wait, listen to me.
So one thing that's interesting about this and about David Howard Thornton's performance in general, he plays Art the Clown, he'll give you like a different reaction to every single take. So you have so much to work with. So initially when he said, oh, I'm actually not the real Santa, initially he was very disappointed. He kind of rolled his eyes and kind of like threw his hands up like, are you kidding me? I worked this hard and you're not even the real Santa Claus? I think he even did one where he was like legitimately sad, like a child who just found that out. But then yeah, I think for the sake of the scene where he's just kind of supposed to be a ruthless celestial murderer, I don't think he really cares what Daniel Roebuck is saying.
I have a name. I have a real name. My name is...
I love that look, like, yeah, okay.
And I have 4 gorgeous grandchildren. Their names are Brian and Denise and...
I love the musicality of editing. I love the rhythm of editing and the rhythm of dialogue and talking. So I'll always cut on beat as if I'm editing a music video or a trailer.
Their names are Brian and Denise and...
Their names are Brett and Denise and bam! 1, 2, 3. So every time you watch it, you can kind of see the rhythm of it. It makes the film feel like it has its own heartbeat.
No! Cloudy, so much.
I like that his hands and his feet are just completely shattered and he's still calling him Clowny. The cut back to the dead bodies is actually a really nice touch. That wasn't me, that was Damien. Sound design and sound mixing add so much because they just broke that kind of plastic shell with the fake blood behind his fake head, and it just sounded exactly like that. It sounded like you just kind of beat a conch shell. Just with Oscar-winning sound mixing, it's like a giant Transformers explosion. All right, let's watch another scene that I edited. I wanted the audience to feel like they were in Sienna's position here because there's so much happening in the room and she's all waking up noticing it, you know, piecemeal. So you have this weird fucking demonic woman playing with a camera. You have a gift in the middle wrapped in newspaper. Then you have your friend like sitting across from you, also hogtied and duct taped. And then you have Art the Clown behind you doing some weird shit and you're like taped to the chair. There's so much that she notices one after the next that also we as an audience need to realize what's happening. If you just start on a wide of the room with all this shit happening, there's so much at once. It's just way too overwhelming. So you watch her eyes. Like as soon as she looks to something, you cut to it. It's as easy as that. And then you're in her position. Also, the way this was shot helped the editors so much. Every editor will tell you when something isn't shot competently, because then they look at all this footage and then they look at the script. Like, how am I supposed to show what the script says from all this footage that I have? Terrifier 3, by the time they got to Terrifier 3, because they had shot 2 of these things already, they knew exactly what to shoot. They knew exactly how to shoot it. They knew how to make you feel like you were in the perspective that they wanted. They knew how to make it not confusing and how to make the cuts flow how to make the scene make sense. It makes the editor's job so much easier because you don't have to go and fetch and for footage and stitch all of these pieces that weren't meant for each other and try to just make something out of this nonsense that you were given. There are some projects that I've worked on where it's like they gave you an amount of footage that's like this big and they wanted you to edit something this big, and it's like, well, I only have so much footage. And it's not even about just the amount of coverage or close-ups or different angles or whatever. It's just the script says one thing and you want to edit it to what the script says, but there's only so much that you have to work with. Editing this was just like I was given the puzzle pieces in the order that they fit. It was easy. I love the decision to throw the Polaroid. I don't think that was in the script.
To mommy. Love. Gabby.
That actress, Samantha, her performance is creepy even without the voice. Yeah, and again, even more, the longer the scene goes on, there's way more that's in the room that's kind of like hiding that your attention needs to go towards. So this had to be edited and storyboarded and plotted out very carefully because it's like, okay, how are we going to show all of this and not have it feel ridiculously overwhelming?
What did you do to my daughter?
I thought you'd never ask.
So for a lot of these shots, especially when it's on Samantha, I edited it counterintuitive to how I would usually edit it. The prosthetics on her face are so creepy and so well done that I just wanted to hold on it. So sometimes it'll take her a second longer to respond. Usually when I'm editing dialogue, it's pretty snappy and quick. Do you know how hard that is for an actor to sit there and just scream for like... These are long days. It's like 18-hour film days. Do you understand how hard that is? Like what it does to your throat and your voice. And then for the directors to be like, okay, now let's try it again. Take 5. So for that part, David Howard Thornton, who plays Art the Clown, in order to get the perfect reaction before he would actually hit Lauren, he would say, and hit! And hit! And his mouth wasn't in frame, so you couldn't see him do it. When he would walk past, he would slap her, and then when he would hit her with the hammer, he would say it, and hit! So that she knew exactly when to react. So I have so many takes of David just going, and hit! Yeah, then some stuff happens. I had to live with this shit on my computer for like months. David Howard Thornton fake crying behind the actress who plays Gabby is just like... That's why he plays Art the Clown. That's why no one else can play that role.
Gabby! I'll fucking kill you! Stop!
So her saying, I'll fucking kill you, was a reaction to something else. I think. Like, it was supposed to be later in the scene, but I think it just worked better here for her to be reacting to what they're doing to Gabby. There was a deleted scene here that I edited, like, before all of this starts to happen. The demon lady takes Gabby behind Sienna, makes her, like, kneel down and pray to this dead body that's nailed to the wall. And she's, like, encouraging her, pray! If you pray hard enough, your mother will come back to life. And she prays and she says whatever. And then she turns and she sees the mother's dead body, like, moving, wiggling, like it's actually working. But then it's revealed that Art the Clown is behind her, like, puppeteering the mother, just to kind of fuck with Gabby a little more. These movies are fucking crazy. Okay, so this is interesting because here it's revealed that the skull that's been there actually belongs to Jonathan. And so how do you show that? How do you reveal it? And so this is how they did it in the film.
Sienna.
I told you that wasn't Gabby.
See you soon. Love you.
Jonathan!
So it's almost as if the audience puts it together first before Sienna does. As soon as he puts the glasses on and it cuts to the close-up of the skull, there's this oh shit moment where you put it together first. And then there's this big music stinger, and then she screams Jonathan, and then it's finally made. It's like that reveal has reached its conclusion. I think initially I had edited it so it's like more of a build-up, so we all kind of react at the same time. Like the audience finds out as soon as she does. Because again, a lot of what's going on in the scene is that you want to feel like you're in her shoes. In my edit, you saw the skull with no glasses on it, and then you saw Art the Clown like kind of get in front of it, and he's like working with it. And then as he's working with it, it cuts to the demon lady taunting Sienna. And then as she turns her head, that's when Art the Clown kind of reveals that he put glasses on the skull, and then she screams Jonathan. That was changed for the final edit of the film, and I think this works better.
Let go so you can let me in!
I always wanted to put the Emperor's theme from Star Wars over this scene. This is where she's trying to possess Sienna and kind of take over her body. It's like let the evil take over her body, and then Sienna's fighting it. Again, like I was saying before, David Howard Thornton gives you 100 different reactions to work with. And so one of the reactions before she possesses her was he was kind of laughing to himself to the side. And right before she possesses her, like she grabs her neck and possesses her, Art the Clown like turns unnaturally like right to the camera as if he's being possessed too. Or he's the possessor, like he's working with her to possess Sienna. And it's very, like, I don't want to say unnatural, but it's not something that we've seen Art the Clown really do yet. That was the initial reaction I had, and then it was cut to make Art the Clown feel more like Art the Clown. And then even after, when the possession is over and it doesn't work, I had a shot of Art the Clown reacting, and he kind of just looked pissed. He was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. The take that they used, which they smartly used, it feels like he's in disbelief, but not comical disbelief.
Oh, you are strong, aren't you?
That's her laugh after the failed attempt was added later. She didn't laugh in that shot.
You're the only thing that's keeping her from letting me in.
Sometimes we don't need to see everything. There's this scene where it's almost like Art the Clown and the girl teleport. Like they weren't there originally, and then suddenly he was there behind her with a knife. And again, you can edit him walking over to her, picking her up, getting the knife, but sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes the audience can put it together. Like in the time that the camera was on somebody else, like, yeah, he walked over and he grabbed her.
Which one is your sweetie?
I said which one?
The one in the back with the angels.
This was edited to make the demon and Art the Clown almost like they're a duo, like they're working together. There was a lot of things that when I edited it, I almost made it like they were like Abbott and Costello. So there was a shot where right before he's about to kill the little girl, and then she says, "Wait, that's not fair. Which one is your present?" Like she stops him from doing what he wants to do. He looks annoyed with her. He's like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, come on, really? I just want to kill this girl." But again, that was all removed by people who understand Art the Clown way more than I do. I remember that shot of him smashing her hand and the blood squirting out and hitting the lens. You can hear, I think the director of photography in the background go, "Bro, that was so fucking cool." That's when the script supervisor takes that shot number and writes, "Director of photography said so fucking cool." So, like, we gotta use that. This is interesting because when they gave me this scene to edit, and I looked at the script for the scene, I wondered, where's the reverse of the sword itself? I figured there was going to be a shot of over the shoulder looking down at the sword, because I figured like we as an audience are going to figure out what's actually in this box. Again, that we're in the position of Sienna. So as she sees that there's a sword in there, that we see it. Like, obviously, we're not given the entire film to look at and the entire script to analyze because for secrecy reasons. Like, we had to sign an NDA, and we can't reveal all of this. We can't. There's some stuff we can know to edit the scene stuff, some stuff we can't. So I remember asking one of the producers, like, where is the shot of the sword? There's got to be a reverse. You shot everything else. Not realizing that earlier in the film, it was already established that the sword is in this box. So as she's unwrapping it, we already know what's in there.
Best gift ever.
Classic whip pan shot. I love that shot. One camera on Sienna as she's throwing it. She throws it, and then the camera whips, and then it just kind of stops. And then she's already got the sword in her body on another take. So you roll the camera like starting here, and then action, and you whip pan, and then it's already in her chest. Because there's so much motion blur, if you just splice those two shots together, you don't notice that there's a cut. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of that. Terrifier 3 was so much fun to work on, and such an honor and a pleasure to be a part of that team. And I was also in Terrifier 2, right here. For how many frames is that? 1, 2, 3. Featured heavily. You can watch Terrifier 3, now streaming on Peacock. Thanks for watching the movie. Thanks for supporting it. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Is there any better, more graceful way to end this?